Friends, the story about the blind man Bartimaeus that we heard in today's gospel from Mark is a story that has the potential to connect with our own life story. There's something about his tenacity, his audacity, and his fierce liveliness that inspires. He lived in darkness, and yet he saw more clearly than any of his seeing contemporaries. A blind beggar sitting in the dirt alongside the road to Jerusalem knew what he wanted, but he couldn't be dissuaded from it. For a moment, let's think, what if we had his vision? What if in our own darkness we had his tenacity, audacity, and liveliness? What if all we wanted is to see? As I prayed and reflected on the story, I was filled with crazy hope and wild wonder. What if I am sitting in the dirt, in the dark, in my life, and I let none of it stop me from calling out to Jesus? What if I don't care what others think, but instead cry out all the more, even louder? What if I believe that Jesus is he who says he is? What if I throw off everything, absolutely everything that will hinder me, and run in my blindness to him? What if I could speak those 4 simple words? I want to see. The people in the crowd tried to shut him up. And for years, probably Bartimaeus, the blind man, sat on that very same spot, humbly asking, begging for alms. Why were people annoyed at his sudden assertiveness? Did they dismiss the blind man as not worth Jesus' time? Maybe they feared if Bartimaeus got the attention of Jesus, their own request will go unmet. It was the people in front who ordered Bartimaeus to be quiet. Who knows why people are uncharitable or discourage others from getting help? Bartimaeus simply does not care about conforming to what others want. He doesn't care a whit about criticism, rebuke, or reprimands, and so he is free to seek only Jesus. To Bartimaeus' credit, he would not listen, but he would cry out even louder, "Son of David, have pity on me." Perhaps we recall a time in our lives when we had hope, we had wished we had the same courage of Bartimaeus. A prayer that we can muster to say in those times might be, "Lord, give me the heart of Bartimaeus. Give me his courage, his faith, his sight." Someone said that Jesus encountered Bartimaeus is the last such healing and disciple-making that we will see before Jesus is arrested and killed in Jerusalem. On that road that defined Bartimaeus as poor and beggar because of his blindness, a once-in-a-lifetime encounter with the one he calls Son of David, the blind beggar dares to hope. When we heard Jesus call, Bartimaeus threw off his cloak. When it's possible, the sudden flush of excitement overheated him. But more likely, he didn't want any encumbrance to trip him up or to slow him down. And when he arrived at Jesus' feet, what he needed was clearly very evident. And still, Jesus asked him, "What do you want me to do for you?" Notice here from the side of this blind man Bartimaeus, here there is no "if you want" or "if you want to." No. For Bartimaeus, he goes all in. He holds nothing back. He stakes everything on the belief that this Jesus of Nazareth is the Son of David, who will fulfill all what God has said and will do it for him. And that is an audacious faith, a radical faith. Master, I want to see, he says. You and I realize the power of that request. And surely this is where discipleship or following Jesus begins. When we see Jesus as he is and not be distracted by other things like disappointments or opinions of others or fear or being mistreated by a neighbor that can cloud our vision. We can hope and pray that we may have an opportunity to encounter with God, who will restore our clarity and equip us to handle reality at any given moment. Like Bartimaeus, once we see clearly, we may decide that our best course will be to continue to follow where God is leading us. So friends, sometime this week, here's an invitation. Perhaps in your prayer or meditation, picture yourself as Bartimaeus on the side of the road calling out to Jesus. What mercy do you want Jesus to do for you? What mercy are you being called upon to show to others? Who is crying out for mercy in the world, in our community, in your family, at the workplace? Are they being silenced or encouraged? How can we live out Jesus' mercy more completely this week?